women's team final. Please welcome the gymnasts.
And welcome to the Hydro Arena here in Glasgow for the finals of the Women's Team Championship.
Introducing Yana Fedorova, Valeria Otapova, Angelina Radovilova, Alona Titarenko, and Diana Valenska. This is Team Ukraine.
Team Ukraine introduced to the audience.
Introducing Elena Bonilla, Andrea Carmona.
Next into the arena will be the ladies representing Spain.
This is Team Spain.
So Team Spain into the arena.
Introducing Dorina Buxiga, Bogorka Divine, Nora Dea, Nomi Makra, and Sara Peter.
Introducing the team from Hungary.
The team from Hungary. The Dutch team.
Naomi Visser, Celine Van Herner, Vida Van Paul, Tisha Volleman, and Sana Bevers. This is Team Netherlands.
This is the team representing the Netherlands.
And the roar for Great Britain.
Georgia May Fenton, Alice Kinsella, Kelly Sim, and Lucy Stelco.
The British team starting on the uneven bars.
Introducing Martina Basile, Caterina Cergetti.
This is the team that will be representing Italy.
This is Team Italy.
Just 4 gymnasts, one of their vaulters was injured in qualification. Each team has to just put 3 people on each apparatus.
Introducing Lilia Akaimova.
And the team from Russia, qualifying second.
Liliana Perebidisova and Angelina Simakova. This is the Russian Federation.
The Russia Federation will be starting on vault.
Introducing Juliette Bozu.
Into the arena representing France.
Laurette Champy.
And from France, they were the surprise top qualifiers. Well, I say surprise, probably not a real surprise for the followers of women's gymnastics, but Russia are the team historically to be the team to beat, and France did that in qualification.
These are the gymnasts for the women's team final.
So the gymnasts will start their 3-minute warm-up. Russia Federation will start on the vault. Great Britain will kick off the action on the uneven bars, Hungary on the beam and Ukraine on the floor.
Yes, there's 2 countries on each piece of apparatus. They qualified these positions. The first 2 teams who were 1 and 2 in qualification, start on vault, and team 2 start off with team 1 being in the second round, as it were. So we have all 3 gymnasts warm up, 3 compete, and then there's a second warm up.
Hungary there, start list for the beam, just 3 gymnasts. If anybody's been watching the qualifications, Belgium actually qualified in 3rd position, but decided not to compete in the team final, Christine.
Yes, a little bit of a controversial decision. They came with only 4 gymnasts, and one of whom was unable to work floor, presumably had an injury. So they had to use all 3 of their gymnasts, and one of their big stars, big hopes for World Championship medals later this year, has a sore ankle, which left them with only 2 gymnasts able to work on floor. So they've pulled out. They're able to compete in the finals they've made tomorrow, but it's a little bit of an unusual decision to put the individual results ahead of the all-important team title.
Looks like we'll be starting on the floor. So first up, representing Ukraine, is Valeria Osipova. So first onto the floor, representing Ukraine, Valeria Osipova.
And absolutely fantastic to see the Ukraine back at this level. Haven't made finals for a while. All important landing, lovely full twisting double back and a very good secure landing. Full twisting double back in the tuck position, 2 excellent tumbles to start the routine. Lovely split in the leaps, cleanly round that full turn. Ukraine have a great heritage of gymnastics. Their gymnasts are always classy, but in recent years haven't been consistent. Tumble needs to be strong as well. The front summy walk out into the double back and a very deep landing there. That'll be carrying deductions. Good split on all the jumps. A good, strong final tumble. Here's the double pike and another very deep landing, no steps. But a good opener for Ukraine. Those 2 last tumbles will attract some deductions, and scores on the floor exercise have been very hard to come by.
First up on the beam for Great Britain, Kelly Sim.
And this format is 3 gymnasts work and all 3 scores have to count. So this, very important. She's got that big combination, the full pirouette into the Kachev. Another big Kachev straight down to the low bar, hitting her connections. But this is the hard new combination. The Shaposhnikova, the pack with full turn. She does it cleanly. Just needs to make the shap with half turn. Keep it going, dismount still to come. She's winding up those giants, up in the air, double straight. A fantastic start for Great Britain. Well done, Kelly.
13.866 in qualification. That was a good, solid start, just what the British women needed. This competition is all about consistency. 3 gymnasts compete and all 3 scores will be counted.
First gymnast for Russia, Angelina Simenkova.
The handspring, 1.5 twist. A little bit low with the shoulders on the landing, but a very difficult vault. There you can see the handspring block wraps into the 1.5 there. You can just see a little bit of adjustment on the landing, maybe a loser's 0.1 if she stepped out, and also a little bit low with the shoulders.
But a very difficult vault, very high tariff. And there's her score, 14.266. Good opening score for Russia. Vault is the piece of apparatus that probably attracts the highest scores. And for Ospirova, 12.33. You can see 2 marks difference from floor to vault. And it looks like we're staying on vault with the Russian team. Score for Kelly, 13.866. Very good opener for Great Britain.
Same score as qualification, that, Christine. Good, solid start.
Lilia Akimova, their floor and vault specialist, comes to the vault.
Top scorer for the Russian team in qualification. 14.5 she scored, so we know she's got a big vault. Very powerful gymnast, really attacks the horse. Handspring wraps in, the 1.5 twist, much better than the previous vault. Good solid vaulting.
Very difficult vaulting from the Russian team. These vaults carry a very high tariff. So even if there's a few deductions, they'll score very well. Vault is the one piece of apparatus where you can really lift the scores. We'll pause in the arena to wait for the scores to arrive. So we've seen 2 vaults from Team Russia.
Well, she seems happy with that. Looks like we're going to have first look at the beam. And this is Darina Bozoko of Hungary.
And Hungary, another nation who, over the last few years, have been a bit in the doldrums, but this last Europeans and this Europeans have been very impressive. Lovely free walkover, immediate backflip there. Just a little bit slow. Very nice technique on the side somersault. Judges like to see confident, quick movement along the beam. This is good, clean work, but they will deduct a little bit for the stops. Lovely split jump there. Two leaps, difficult leaps, and she certainly has plenty of amplitude. She can hit the split position very easily. But quite a big pause between every element and after, and there will deduct the rhythm connection deductions. Good spin, a steady routine. Nice double back dismount, chest a little bit low, but the relief flooding through to have known that she's stayed on for her team. This format of 3 gymnasts work and all 3 scores count is nerve-wracking for the gymnasts.
It certainly is, Christine. We've seen a lot of gymnasts in qualifications fall and affect the team result, but she scored 12-4 in qualification. She'll be very happy with that performance. The team qualified in 6th place. Back onto the bars for Great Britain, Georgia May Fenton.
And a lot of pressure for Georgia May on this routine. Beautiful opening series there. Commonwealth champion on the bars, but had a mistake in qualification. Will really want to go through cleanly for the team. That's lovely work, very difficult combinations. Needs to move up high to the top bar, lovely and smooth. She's got a big dismount to come. She needs plenty of height, plenty of flight, double back with full twist. Great routine from Georgia May. She just made it a little bit easier than in qualification, and that is a very good, solid start for Great Britain. Congratulated by her coach, Lorraine Atkinson, and the rest of the team. So European floor champion in 2017, Angeline Melenkova to the vault.
Very powerful approach. Yuchenko wraps in for the double twist. Slight adjustment, but such a stunning performance that we've used to see from this gymnast.
Very high, very clean, one of the most difficult vaults we'll see. And she doesn't give too much away at all. 14.366, giving a massive total of 43.098 to the Russian team on vault.
Looks like her knees are quite well strapped there, Christine. We'll just wait for the score. So good to get 3 routines through for these gymnasts. Score comes in on beam, 13.1 for Buzoko of Hungary. Give them a team total 24.9.
And the GB girls waiting for the score for Georgia May Fenton.
Now onto the beam for Hungary is Nora Feyer.
Lovely execution. The gymnasts from Hungary are very classical and classy. Their leaps are high. Difficult spin, just a little wobble afterwards. Have to include an acrobatic series. Here it comes. Backflip and layout somersault. Big concentration. Oh, she did very well there. The first foot was almost off, but she joins the 2 jumps as well as 2 acrobatic elements joined. Gymnasts have to have 2 jumps joined as well. And a little bit low to the beam. Good leap into the side summy. That's where the gymnasts gain some bonuses to add moves together, not to do them all individually. Here comes the dismount. Full twisting, forward somersault, not so difficult. You have to include the dismount in your difficulty. So that'll just be a B dismount. A B move only scores 0.2, but it was another clean routine for Hungary. They'll be delighted.
Certainly will. Still taking our time to get the bar score. We didn't see Lucy Stanhope perform on the bars for Great Britain, but the score comes in 14.1 for Georgia May Fenton. Good score, 41.032 for the team total.
Yes, and I can tell you Lucy worked very nicely for a 13.066. So 3 very good scores for Great Britain. Little wry smile from Georgia May there, and a 12.16 for Nora Feher.
So it goes into the second group. We'll get their warm-up on the apparatus. You get 3 minutes. There's the current standings. Russian Federation, as expected, in the lead because they started on vault. Gives them a big total score. GB into second place.
So 2 teams on each piece of apparatus, and this is Holland.
So on to the beam. First up for Holland is Vera van Pol.
And this is a piece that Holland are usually strong on, but it's also a difficult piece to start. 2 good, strong leaps to open the routine. And the full spin already, she's performed 2 of the requirements, but a little wobble there. And the acrobatic series, the backflip and layout, she had to recover it a little bit. So you have 4 special requirements. She's now performed 3 of those 4 special requirements. Full twist, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And that will be costly to them. It's a mark when you fall off. She got the feet on, so the element, the move will be counted, the full turning backflip. And there, the full turn into the Corbett flip. Moving smoothly. Still some difficult moves to come. The side somersault, quite a blind landing. And the jump with the half turn. Each gymnast adds the 8 most difficult elements, including the dismount there, a 1.5 twist. Not a great opener for the Netherlands.
Well, she scored 12.666 in qualification, and I think that would have been for a full routine. She's lost the mark there, which will be costly.
Here we see France on the vault. Beautiful double twisting Yashchenko from Marine Boyer. Sorry, single twist and a little bit out of line there. So.
Well, you join us on the uneven bars. Italy, Caterina Caraghetti has fallen from the apparatus, has 30 seconds to rejoin the apparatus.
And on a move that she really would not expect to make a mistake on. It was an invert turn. She got the hand there, but just didn't get the dowel over the bar. So she's lost 1 mark and has to continue now. Done the move again because it's how she gets into the next element. Very nice swinging, but now you see this is what a team can't afford, because everybody's score has to count. Down to the low bar, She hasn't managed to do a release and recatch yet. Whether she's got a second one that will fulfill that requirement, we will see. She has nice swing. Double pike dismount, that is going to be a very costly opener for Italy.
It is indeed 10.166 for Caterina Carragetti.
Boyer there, cheering her teammate on. We're waiting to see her score. They're a very experienced team. Here we've got it, 13.6, just the full twist, which is quite a lot down in terms of difficulty on Russia, who they led in qualification. Melanie De Jesus.
Such an exciting, powerful gymnast. Watch this, Yurchenko wraps into the double twist. So much power, difficult to control that landing there, Christine.
Yes, very much the gymnast of the moment. She's a really special, powerful gymnast, but she was a bit offline, and that was a wild landing. France won't be highly delighted with that. Every piece of the apparatus being used.
Looks like we're going to the beam. Representing Netherlands, Sanne Weavers.
Difficult mount. Gymnasts choose their own way to get on the beam, and she starts with the round off and backflip. Sanne Weavers is the Olympic beam champion and can be fantastic. But was a little edgy in qualification. She's in the final, but she didn't qualify top, and that first spin only a 1.5. Very nice free cartwheel into backflip though. That's her acrobatic series. She builds her difficulty so well. Free walkover straight in the jump, and then the full turning flip. She held on to that very well indeed. Lovely technique, always holds the middle of the body tight. Now this is the big series, spin with the leg up. Immediate, spin, and then a double spin, and then a leap. Absolutely unique with a full turning jump at the end. Really excellent work, and that's what sets her apart from many others of these gymnasts. Into the lovely full twisting gainer. It wasn't a faultless performance, but it was much better than we saw in qualification, and will be one of the top beam scores.
They certainly needed that performance. They carried a fall. Their first gymnast up, Vera van Poel, fell from the beam, which cost them a full mark, but that was a much better performance. Very stylish, but back to the vault. Colleen de Villiers of France.
And a beautiful handspring front somersault with 1.5 twist. She's their specialist on the vault. Only piece she did in qualification. Chest down, but it was a good, high, beautifully flighted vault.
Needed that. 14.7 for de Villiers on the vault. It's a team total of 42.6. Team getting ready for their next piece of apparatus. From vault they will go to the uneven bars. Just give you a bit idea on the top scores. For the beam, the highest score so far has been 13.5. bars is 14.6, floor 13.833, and the vault top score is 14.8. So it gives you a bit of an idea as to what the best are going to be scoring.
All the countries who entered competed in qualification, and it's just these best 8 teams in the final. So we've already had a full day of gymnastics, and we had a full day of the juniors yesterday, in which the British girls worked outstandingly to take the bronze medal. So the judges have got their eyes well and truly in, and we've come to know what to expect from them score-wise.
So the gymnasts march round to their second piece of apparatus, and looks like we're going to get a bit of the floor routine from Senita Rodriguez of Spain.
Spain, another country who've performed very well here at the European Championships. Obviously, we're only seeing the second part of this routine, double pike, very nicely landed. While the gymnasts are marching round, we're being shown some of the routines that were performed earlier. Gymnasts get deducted for toes turned up, low landings, legs bent or crossed. This gymnast so far hasn't made any of those errors, beautifully up on the toes. Good mobility in the jumps, hits the split position. Nice double spin. But of course they have to be dynamic as well. They have to be able to tumble beautifully. And a good double twist. Gymnasts get a score for difficulty and then 1 for execution. That will be a high execution score.
Good performance there, Rodriguez, 12.6 on the floor for Spain, giving them a team total of 37.066.
So the teams have moved round. Great Britain are warming up on the beam. And we're seeing a replay here of Sunny Weaver's dismount. It was a little bit chest down and a big bounce, and there's her score, 13.7. That's a good score.
And there we can see standings after the first rotation. Russian Federation in the lead, 43.098. France in second, 42.6. Great Britain into third, 41.032. So next onto the beam for representing Great Britain is Kelly Sim.
Very important job here, opening out for the team on beam. It can be the make and break routine. Starts with a good mount. Tuck back somersault. She's got a difficult routine and it takes lots of concentration. Nice free walkover. Now the leap series, change leg, oh, and that will be a very costly mistake because she didn't actually get the leap either. So now the acrobatic series, the backflip layout, somersault, that's good. Now this is a very difficult move. She has to full turn, land without being able to see the beam, and my goodness, now the pressure is on for the other gymnast. Kelly's so consistent in the qualification. Little bit unsteady now, she has to concentrate for the dismount. Has a big dismount. Here we go, round off, big double back. Well landed, Kelly. Well, she fought all the way through, but it just wasn't to be today. Great bars for the team, but Beam was a little bit edgy there, understandably edgy.
Absolutely, it's a big ask for these girls. But next up for Russia, onto the uneven bars, will be Angelina Melnikova.
And the veteran, in a way, of the Russian team. Lovely full pirouette, but she missed the connection. Stoop into Shaposhnikova, back down to the low bar. You will see some gymnasts linking them without the extra upstart, but that was a very nice, clean Shap half turn. Good Jaeger somersault. Nice swing turn. She needs her pirouette there. She gets it into the dismount. A lovely routine, solid routine. Missed a couple of connections, but that will only just be 0.1 deductions, or not deductions, but 0.1 off her start value.
Well, that performance was definitely needed by Russia, and there you see Kelly Sim 9.7 on the beam. Will be very costly. The girls will have to really pull together now. On to floor for Hungary, Sarah Peter. First tumble, needs to accelerate, wraps in for a triple twist, solidly round. Into the next tumble, stands up into the double tuck, just a little adjustment on the landing. The dance part of the routine. The gymnast must sell the performance to the judges. Good flexibility in the leap there, and again. A sure leap combination, which she has done. Must tumble strongly. Forward element, handspring, straight front with a full twist, very secure. Good control there in the spin. Well, that was a solid performance from the Hungarian on the floor.
Score for Melnikova, 14.033. Very good for Russia. Well, we've just seen Ukraine on the vault. Be next up on the uneven bars for the Russian Federation. See the gymnasts applying the choke.
water in the little bottle there just to make the bars to the correct grippiness. Each gymnast has it different. So, Yelena Perevisinova from the Russian Federation.
And the uneven bars are Russia's piece. Lovely series there, just a little offline as she caught the bar, but very difficult, and floats to the high bar. Lovely pirouette into the Kachev, straight down into the Pak Salto. Really moving smoothly here. Half turn, cleanly performed. Just a lovely big dismount, full twisting double back. That was good, clean work.
Well, she was a top scorer for the Russian team in qualification with 14.266. They certainly look, Christine, that they're out to do a job.
They very much do. They've missed a couple of their sort of connections, but they haven't let that bother them. They just, you know, sort of, so what if the score's 0.1 less, as long as it's not a big mistake, we're okay.
Next up, onto the beam for Great Britain, Alice Kinsella.
And beautiful mount, flip to put the hands on the beam. Gymnasts have to show elements close to the beam, and that's her element close to. Alice, of course, Commonwealth Games beam champion, but you can't rest on your laurels, you have to do it again and again. Very nicely performed, free cartwheel, layout somersault. Leap series, good change leg, into the change leg quarter, moves smoothly out of it. Now Alice had a bit of a problem on the double spin in qualification, which was a great disappointment to her. Can she nail it today? Oh, a big wobble, but she holds on. Well done, Alice. It'll still be a deduction, but it won't be the whole mark for falling. Has a little bit more still to do. Another acrobatic element here now. Free walkover and another wobble, but she's regained herself. Not quite the classy routine we saw to win the Commonwealth Games, but definitely a fighting routine. These British girls are not going to go down without a fight. She needs to concentrate hard and make this dismount land. Big round off, 2.5 twist. Well, that certainly was a fight, but they haven't thrown it away.
They certainly haven't, Christine, and we might have had 2 falls from Kelly Sim. However, in qualification as a team, we had 3 falls over the whole competition, so there's still a glimmer of hope, and you could just see the determination there, you know, on all the way through that beam routine. She wasn't going to fall off, did an absolute cracking job.
There will be deductions, of course. These wobbles rack up deductions, but well, they've still got 2 good pieces. They were second on, so 12.566, not a bad score with those wobbles.
Next up, onto the floor, Darina Bozoko from Hungary.
The Hungarian gymnast performing well, and that's a lovely high double straight, but she landed out of the floor area, which will be a deduction. Good amplitude on the spin. All super handspring double front, and that was an absolutely immaculate landing. Nice leaps. Good extension throughout this routine. But a very simple tumble there, just a full twist. Leaps are good, tumbles are clean. And a double pike somersault, perilously close to the corner again, but she stays in that time. Very clean, nice work for Hungary there, big smile.
Some very big tumbles in there. Handspring double front, very difficult. And there you can see, is this the opener? No, the double pike, but no problems with that landing. Opens out, spots the floor in plenty of time. 12.7. Gives us a total of 73.832 for Hungary.
Yes, a good score on floor. It was difficult to crack into the 13s yesterday. You had to do something quite special.
First up for the Netherlands on the floor, Tisha Volleman.
And the Netherlands very expressive on floor. Clean set of spins to start the routine. Marks given for the number of times you can spin. And also a very good tumble, full twisting double back. Super 1.5 into front full twist. Little lack of control on the bent leg spin. Good twisting series. Finishes with the triple there. Good effort, very good effort. Little areas of untidiness. The judges have been so vigilant on the floor exercise, but a very enjoyable routine. Great thought being put into the choreography. For France, Laurette Sharpie.
Solid in the handstand. Good full turn. Just short there on the shoulder. Feet need to just go over the bar a little bit more, and she was a little bit loose in the back. That is costly. One full mark. Let's focus on the rest of the routine. That's better. Stolder, the shap with half turn. Stoop half. Nice catch into the pike Jaeger. That's the front somersault. Stolder into the catch, Ev. Back down to the low bar. Again, the shap with the half turn. Nice line in the handstand, just needs a good dismount. Winds up. Double layout, solid, big dismount. Such a shame at the start of the routine. That little error will be costly.
Yes, the French gymnasts were very, very strong on bars in qualification. 3 in the top 8. So Tisha Volleman 13.2, that's a good score. That's quite well up on her qualification score.
The Dutch gymnasts really seizing this opportunity, Christine. They haven't won a team medal since 2002. Let's see what Vera van Pol can do on the floor.
Strong tumble needed here, we've got it. Lovely double Arabian opener. Good and clean, the 2.5 twist into the punch front. Nice series of leaps and jumps. At least 5 acrobatic and 3 artistic moves complete the floor routine. Good expressive work. Oh, difficult final tumble there. Good clean work, not so huge difficult tumbles, but a good solid routine, a good combination of dance and tumbling.
Score comes in, Lorette Choppy of France, 12.533. Just goes to show even the top teams are making a few mistakes out there, Christine. There's definitely a few nerves.
Very definitely. And Juliette Bossou for France, she'll be wanting to make up that score.
France need a good performance. Stooping full, that's nice. Skolder, Schaap with half turn. Stooping again, into the half turn. High into the pike, Jaeger somersault. Oh, a little bit leggy. Down into the pike. Needs to keep the momentum. Back to the high bar. Blind change. Forward long swing. Difficult dismount, the double front salto. Decent routine, but there was a little bit in the middle there, Christine, where they could just take some deduction.
Well, the thing about these very difficult routines is you don't have to be very much off to make it all a bit of a scramble when you're adding move to move to move. She held on well, though. Van Poel, 12.9. Won't have had the highest D score, the highest difficulty score, but good execution.
Well, Van Poel scored 12.166, so you've just got to keep building on those scores. The 10th here, a 10th there makes a big difference. So, final performer for Netherlands, Celine van Gerner.
You know from the very beginning this is going to be a dramatic routine. Not quite round the double spin though, but very good in the leap. Super high double back, super landing. Very clean because she charged straight in. Lovely, lovely dance work, just 2 tumble runs. So most of her difficulty will be made up of leaps and jumps and a really expressive routine. The only question mark is whether it loses its balance.
Well, the score 14.2 for Bossou of France on the bars. That's a very good score.
So Melanie de Jesus, the star of the French team.
Such a powerful gymnast there. The stoop in into the catch, straight down with the pack salto. And again, the shot up to the top bar, clear circle. Lovely salto with half turn to the low bar. And again, the sharp half turn, feet locked together. Stoop in, into the invert swing, top turn, full turn, packed with difficulty. Just needs a big dismount, and it will be. Full twisting double layout. Well, Christine, that has got to be some bar routine.
Well, when I said the trouble with linking these big moves is it can be a bit of a scramble, there was nothing in that routine that was a scramble at all. She had time on the bar, time for every move to be performed fully. That was beautiful bar work. This is from the toe on, but look how much time she gives herself in the air for the half turn and the catch. Very popular move, but quite often with legs apart from other gymnasts. And this dismount, double straight with the full twist in the straight position. Super, super work.
You don't see many of them competed in the world. That is a big dismount and no doubt a big score. But on Bolt, Anna Perez.
And lovely, beautiful landing, full twisting, straight Yashenko, a medium difficulty vault, but with such good execution. So the vault's got a tariff, and then the execution is marked out of 10. And I don't think the judges will be able to take much off that. It holds a 4.6 tariff, so 14.6 if they thought it was perfect. It wasn't quite, 13.7, but she got only 0.9 taken off the entire vault.
I don't know where they took 0.9 off that, Christine, because that was one of the best full twists I think we've seen. But that's why we sat here. Big score, Melanie de Jesus, 14.4 on the bars. France, 83.733. Certainly fighting for this team title.
Celine van Gernia, 13.1 on the floor exercise. Good set of scores for Holland on the floor.
Certainly are. And there we can see the team standings at the halfway point. Russia lead, France second, Ukraine third, Spain fourth, Netherlands 5, GB slipped to 6 after that disappointing beam, Hungary and Italy.
And the interesting thing for me is Ukraine have done beam and floor, which are the two lowest scoring pieces. So they really have gone off to a flying start.
Certainly have, but with this format of competition, 3 gymnasts perform and all 3 scores to count. Until the team's been to beam, it's pretty wide open, wouldn't you say? That is the Angelina Melnikova from Russia, the real star of the Russian team.
Each gymnast has 30 seconds. They usually have that very well rehearsed. They know what they're going to do when they get to the beam. And Great Britain will have moved to floor. Always a big test to pick yourself up after a poor piece.
Well, this gymnast has got certainly loads of experience. Still warming up on the vault there, don't panic folks. Looks like we will be starting on beam. And first up, representing Russia, is Arina Alexeyeva.
And a very strong mount, round off layout, immediate second layout. Very nice work. Super double spin. This, the important acrobatic series, 1 flip, 2 flip, layout, somersault, that's very nicely done. And a smooth free walkover, lovely technique, hips always kept square. Fairly new member to the Russian team. Or free cartwheel, that was just the first little hesitation. Oh, and that leap was highly deductible. You're meant to turn and then hit splits. She's looking a little bit edgy now. But she stayed on. Here comes the dismount, double twist. Relatively easy dismount. But she stayed on. She set her team off well. And that's what you ask of your first gymnast up.
You certainly do. She had 12.33 in qualification. I think just to hit the 12s keeps the team in contention. We don't want any falls.
So from Ukraine, Yana Fedorova.
Straight into handstand on the low bar, clear circle shap. And straight back down with the packed salto. Again with the shap. Half turn. Stoop full, a little bit late there. Did well to recover. Up to the top bar. Stoop half, needs a release, there it is. The straddle front somersault, known as the Jaeger. And a very simple straight back dismount there. Not the most difficult routine, and certainly lacked a bit of tempo in parts, Christine.
And you have to have 8 moves counted, and one of them has to be your dismount. So if you do just a very simple dismount like that, it is going to affect your start score. So Alexieva, 13.233, good solid start for Russia.
Well, that was a mark up on qualification. They need to build on those scores. Next up on beam for Russia is Angelina Simakova.
Quite a popular mount here, the flip onto the beam. She goes immediately for the change leg ring. You have to try and touch your head with your foot, and that's a good series, a backflip layout. Lovely tempo on the free walkover, but that again, the jump didn't touch her head, and the judges will probably downgrade that. But a good series. Clean spin. Just a little bit edgy on that free cartwheel. Gymnasts have to do forwards moves, backwards, sideways elements. She's done all of those. The sideways are often the hardest to land, like that side somersault. See the concentration here for the dismount. Lovely double back, really clean and well performed there. Russia are building well.
Well, that's 2 out of 2 so far for Russia on the beam. Like you say, Christine, there's a couple of parts in that routine where the judges could take deductions. However, it's so important that they get from start to finish with no falls. And they're on the vault, handspring, front somersault. Not the most difficult we see. The Hungarian gymnast blocks, tuck front somersault. Clean routine, 4.2 for Bazoko. going onto the beam. Score comes in, Simakova 13.366. That's 2 into the 13 so far for Russia. This will be a big test.
By the Russian team working ahead of France, they're racking the pressure up on the French.
So last up on the beam, Angelina Melnikova.
Good strong mount. She joins the 2 jumps to the mount, which gives her some bonus points. But I think that's a weak jump for a gymnast of her level. The back knee is quite low. Back flip and layout somersault. Little bit edgy, but it's securely on. And that looks edgy as well. The spin with the leg held up. She just overspan a little bit. But she's such a classy gymnast. You never see a turned up toe or a bent leg. Lovely hands. She just missed that connection. She would be hoping to do the free walkover straight into the jump. Such is the pressure of when you know the medal needs a routine without a fall. Lovely flight on the side summy. She's very light on all her work. Over the years, she has been a bit of a nervy competitor, but this last year or so, she's really settled down. Lovely double pike. Well done, Melnikova. The Russian team are really looking focused on the job.
They certainly are, and for me, I think those 3 beams will seal the team title for the Russians. They go to floor last, but the confidence that they've shown on that piece of apparatus has been superb. However, we're on to the floor. Let's see what Great Britain can do in response. It's Georgia May Fenton.
Georgia May produced a phenomenal routine in qualification in the floor final tomorrow. The team need that again. She's a very elegant gymnast. Big triple coming up here. Good landing. Another important tumble, 2.5 twist, punch front, cleanly out. Very nice spin series. Lovely extension on the leap. To include a double back somersault as well. Here it comes. Needs all the power. Up, 2 somersaults. Beautiful, clean landing. Very nicely performed, Georgia May. Well, they're fighting for all their worth to claw the marks back.
Just what the British girls needed there. Georgia May represents East London. Gymnastics coached by Lorraine Atkinson. As you can see there, the concentration, the coach saying, come on girls, hold it together. And they will.
For Hungary.
A double twist in Yurchenko, a little bit scrappy in the air, but a good solid vault, and that gives a good high start value. There you can see attacks, blocks, just a little bit loose in the legs, but easily round there, and just that little adjustment should score well.
Very good on the top of the platform, lovely straight arms, blocked straight off.
That's Devai Boglaga, scores 14.266, so that's a good score. Tell you what, Christine, the Hungarians are having a good competition.
They are indeed, the Hungarians and the Ukrainians. It's going to be a bit of a fight.
Big score, Melnikova 13.333. All the Russians over 13 on beam. That surely must, you know, seal that team title, but we shall see.
Actually, Russia can often be very iffy on floor, strangely, because you think of floor being a piece you're more likely to land, but they often go for very big tumbles. So I still think there's a lot to be done.
Well, I'll bet you a cup of coffee they take it. That's
Yeah,
how confident I am.
I think you're right, Craig. Especially, I think, like it sort of worked for them because France know they've got to go clean on beam now. They know they can't afford any falls, which ramps the pressure up.
Score came in for Georgia May Fenton on the floor. Good, impressive 13.2. That's the standings. And look what the floors have done for Great Britain. I said they were in with a shout. Moved back into third. Russia first. Hungary, surprise, into second. And Ukraine in fourth. Come on, girls. And France go to the... such a tricky piece of apparatus, the beam. I don't think anybody can breathe a sigh of relief until that piece of apparatus is over. And first up for France will be Loretta Choppy.
Very clean on the layout somersault mount. And then the layout somersault along the beam. The squat spin, a triple, very good. And then a double. Really increases her difficulty score quite considerably. Another gymnast really very light as she works. She did well to control that change leg leap into the split leap. But moves confidently, not too slow. That leap will attract a bit of deductions. It was a bit flat and lacked split. Same again with that jump, but the acrobatics are very confident. Well, she wants to make up for the mistake on the bars, and she's certainly done that. It was a deep landing, but she got away with it, and that was a much better start for France on the beam.
All the French gymnasts scored over 13 in the qualification, so they've certainly got the credentials.
First gymnast for the Netherlands, Weiser.
Here we go, another Yurchenko. Just the full twist in the straight position, however, performed very well. A lot of the full twist in Yurchenkos, if they're good, high 13s. But if you want to get into the 14s, you need a double twist. But that was a pretty clean vault, Christine.
Pretty clean, down the middle. You can see the red line. They land there. You've got no direction deductions. Slight gymnast, very clean. For Spain, Paula Rea.
A little bit late on the full turn into the Ginga somersault. Need height on those releases, that's better. The Jaeger somersault, the front somersault, transfer down the low bar. Stoop on and off. Nice heck to the top bar. Hits a good handstand. Into another straddle Jaeger. Swinging half turn, just needs a good dismount, winds up, full twisting double bike, slight adjustment, good solid routine there.
Spain are good and strong on the bars. They just don't often seem to have very high difficulty scores, but they're always good work.
Next, onto the beam for France is Melanie de Jesus.
Well, she wowed us with her bar routine. Very nice pike front somersault along the beam. Super straight back somersault to land on 2 feet. Relatively simple 2 leaps, but joined very smoothly. Change leg leap with the half turn. She's got a very nice rhythm to her work, absorbs the landings and then works out. 3rd all around at last year's European Championship. She's grown as a gymnast this year. Extremely powerful but elegant as well. Technically very good. I'm sure she'll show all the power on this dismount. Big high double back, no problem, chest well up on landing. A second very competent routine for France.
Certainly was, and probably one of my favourite gymnasts at these championships. She's really impressed us how she's grown. You said, Christine, 3rd in the all-round last year. I think she's a world beater. A couple of years away from the Olympics. This is the one to watch.
The one to challenge the gymnast from USA here for the Netherlands.
Powerful approach for Volleman. Wraps in for the double twist, spots the landing. Well, where she pulled that other full twist from, I don't know, Christine. It looked like a full and then she just wrapped it in. That will score well.
It will score well, and she's competed this for a long time, but I watched the warm-up and it was she was really deep on landing. You could see the tension on her face as she stood at the end of the runway knowing she'd got to hit it absolutely right. So Sharpie, 12.933.
Just having a little discussion there, down a couple of tenths on qualification, but like you say, Christina, some of those leaps, if they don't hit the 180, the judges will pick up on that, and also the tempo of the routine. If it's a little bit edgy and they take the time, the judges can deduct for that as well, can't they?
Oh, they can indeed. It was an edgy routine, but, you know, 12.9 is not a bad opening score for her team.
I think it's really interesting that they put the top teams ranked together. 1 and 2 are going round the competition, and it's almost a look at the opposition. I bet it's quite tense down there between the French and Russian camp. But 13.6 for Jesus on the beam. Good score. A lot of pressure. Final gymnast for France on the beam will be Marine Boyer.
And the gymnast with probably the highest start or difficulty score in the competition on beam. She's got some very difficult work, quite a simple mount. Oh, but there was a pause there. You can see how the difficulty score can go down if you don't join those jumps smoothly. Oh, and that's her big move, round off straight back. It was way off, wasn't it? Very nicely performed the change leg leap into the change leg half. 2 spins joined. I think she'll get that connection. But again, the wobble after the free cartwheel, so that did not connect. And she struggled a little bit to get the side somersault out of the connection. She's moving better now. But that's the trouble with beam. You can be very good on it, but if you're not absolutely perfect with each move, you can't connect them. Double pike dismount. Well, there was one fall, but it was packed with difficulty, and I think that they will stay in the medals for sure, even if they don't challenge for gold.
They certainly will. I think with that performance there, you see the coach straight away over and he'd say, focus yourself on the next piece of apparatus. There's the score, Tisha Volleman from Netherlands on vault, 14.266. Good score. And on to bars for Spain, Ana Perez.
Lovely high piked front somersault to start the routine. Down to the low bar, we call that the packed salto. And then 2 close bar elements and up to the high bar into the Ginger salto. So she's done 2 releases already. Nice full pirouette, that's an element you have to include. Up into the full twisting, double straight dismount, very, very good dismount. But to really push her scores up, she's got to join the moves.
Well, I did say earlier, we don't see many of those dismounts, so we've seen 2 in the last half hour. 13.3 for Perez on the bars, another good score, team total 115.631. So the gymnasts will march to their final piece of apparatus. Marine Boyer there on the beam, very costly, 12.166. Team total 122.432. Unfortunately, I think, Christine, that will definitely take them out of the top spot.
Unless Russia have some sort of disaster on the floor. So here we are, 125 for Russia, ahead of France 122, Netherlands 119, Spain next, Hungary next, Great Britain, even though those great floor routines, in 6th place, ahead of Ukraine and Italy.
British girls will move to vault, so that's generally a good scoring piece of apparatus. Should see them push up that table a little bit as well. So we have split warm up the first group. Russian Federation will lead off on floor, and that will really apply the pressure to France. But it'd be nice for them knowing they've got about 3 marks of a cushion, so in deduction terms, that's 3 falls they've got.
Well, it is indeed. They won't want to have that, and Great Britain there go to the vault.
The vaulting platform, or table as it's now called, stands at 1.25 metre, and the gymnasts have a 25-metre run-up. Hungary there move to the uneven bars. However, that's a picture of a springboard.
So it's a 3-minute warm-up, 30 seconds per gymnast. And the judges stand with the stopwatch by the beam and by the bars to check that no one has longer than allowed, 50 seconds on the bars. So that everybody's ready to start at the same time.
First up for Russia on the floor will be Angelina Simakova.
Setting the stall out as the type of routine. Very nice 2.5 twist into front somersault with full twist. 2 difficult moves already. Judges often ask to have a story told in a routine, and you can see the effort here to do this. Lovely control on the leaps. Good control on the double pike, very good precision on the landings. Lovely style. Well, one routine down, very charming performance from Simakova. Really didn't put a foot wrong there, Craig.
She did an immense job. Just 16 years of age this year, the youngest in the Russian team. So to go out and perform like that will definitely do her no harm whatsoever.
And we can see Kelly Sim for Great Britain waiting to vault.
Such a valuable part of the British team. She's powerful on this piece of apparatus. The round off, half turn into the handspring, straight front half somersault. That's much better. Well done, Kelly.
Great stuff, Kelly. It was a long wait for this vault, but she performed it really well. Blocked off the top, held the straight body nicely down the middle, just a little hop on landing. Good opener for Great Britain. And Noemi Makra for Hungary on the bars.
So hop into the forward, grip into the pike Jaeger, the pike front somersault. Down to the low bar, the pike salto. Toe on and off. Into the full turn. Did well to recover, put an extra half turn in then, well done. Heck to the top bar, losing the momentum. Come on, keep it going. Winds up, into the double pike back. Well, did very well in that routine, Christine, not to fall off on that low bar.
She did, she showed fighting spirit there.
Score comes in, Simakova 13.333. Just looks like a little baby there, but what a great routine. Next competitor for Russia on the floor is Lilia Akermanova.
Just brought in to do floor and vault. Very powerful tumbler. Super high double straight somersault. Second tumble, gymnast can do up to 4 tumbles, and that's her second full twisting double back. Clean double spin. Gymnasts have to perform a forward somersault. And there it is, her double Arabian, but I think a step out of the floor. Well performed triple spin. They're so popular, these crouch spins. And the change leg with full turn. She's pushing the difficulty up here. Needs a good final landing. Double tug, just let the floor bounce away from her again. Strong, powerful routine. A bit of a deduction for the bouncy landing from the double Arabian, but she's done her job.
certainly has. Obviously they came here for floor and vault. In qualifications she had 11.7. However, we're on to the vault. Alice Kinsella.
Big double twisting Yushenko. What a good vault from Alice. We've seen her grow with that vault. Congratulated by her coach Brett Ince. Good block off the top, good straight arms. That's one of the best vaults she's performed at this level of competition.
And you should know, Christine, because you see it every day in the gym, and the score reflects that. 14.333. Well, you've got to give it to these British girls. After that little hiccup on beam, they have come back fighting. 3 great floors and now 2 cracking vaults. I think just one more vault to go. Well done.
And we didn't see it, but Tasia James came in as the reserve and performed on floor and scored a massive 13.5. As high a score as we've seen. Lucy Stanhope now for vault.
Another good, powerful vaulter. The double twist Yurchenko, slight adjustment. Well, you can see on her face what that means to her. Well done indeed. 3 solid vaults there.
Well, they've been tested today. And they've carried on fighting. .566 for Lucy Stanhope. They've thrown everything at it.
Score comes in. I came over 13 exactly. Way up in qualification. She had 11.1 in qualification, so it's a big score. And the pressure will be on the final competitor for Russia, Angelina Melnikova.
And Melnikova is the current European champion. She won the floor last year. Very important. Spin series cleanly done. Keep an eye open for this big tumble. The round off back flip, up she goes. Double straight with full twist. Made it look absolutely easy. Top scorer on floor in qualification. Double straight, easily done. As a gymnast, we've seen her grow so much this last year in confidence. There's the front somersault you have to include into the double tuck, just a little hop. Really very powerful, sometimes struggles to contain it. She needs to there, and she does. Well, she's led this Russian team to what I'm sure will be victory in this European Championships. Great performances.
Well, I think her teammates know that performance. Maybe not just as good as she did in the qualification, a couple of adjustments on the landings, but she uses every inch of this floor. You look at these big tumbles, that's the double layout, and she's within about 2 inches of the edge, and the same on the first tumble, so you have to be so accurate. Onto bars, Darina Bozako of Hungary.
Oh, and a fall straight away on that first element. So she gets going again. Oh, it's a replay of that fall. Finally manages into the Shaposhnikova. You can see she's edgy, or the coach wouldn't be standing there. Fighting the routine. Up to the top bar. Half turn. I think there'll be a Jaeger somersault coming. Here it does. Lovely pike Jaeger. The gymnasts have to do a forward element, and many of them choose the front somersault. Here comes the dismount, double pike dismount. Oh, and sitting down now, you see, that is very costly for the team. 2 falls.
And there's a score, 10.4. Team total 149.729. As you can see, the look of disappointment. Sport can be very cruel at times. We've all been in that situation. Hours and hours of training, you get that one moment to show what you can do, and you just make that mistake. I can feel your pain. And that concludes the first section of this final rotation. Russia will just have to wait to see how France do.
Don't think we've got the score for Melnikova yet, have we? So we haven't got Russia's total, but I'm sure it'll be a good high 13.
Well, she had 13.833, as you said, Christine. She topped floor in qualification. I don't think it was just as good as that, but certainly good enough to go into the 13s. Really puts the pressure on for France.
Her, there we go, 13.533. You were right there, Craig. She's got a big difficulty score there. So even if there were a tiny little errors, it holds up. So there we are at this halfway stage. Russia top, ahead of Great Britain, but they're ahead of Ukraine and Hungary, who they were behind before the vault.
First up for France on the floor is Lorette Shoppy.
Little fall out of that first spin. Oh, and a sit down on the double front somersault. That's 1 whole mark, which is a great shame. That's better. Very clean landing on the double back somersault. Handspring straight front full with a jump. A little bit of a waver there on the spin. Look at her concentration. She knows this is a very important tumble. Makes it cleanly, the double pike. Well, a smooth finish, but a torrential start. Double front to sit down. She held her nerve after that early mistake.
Well, she had 12.7 in qualification. It'd be highly unlikely she gets into the 12s with that.
And for the Netherlands, Celine van Gerner.
Good start. Toe on, half turn. High into the straddle Jaeger somersault. Showing great virtuosity. Stoop full, accurate with the turns. Working well, showing great flight between the bars. Nice stall, the full turn, straight into handstand. Connects straight into the dismount. Well, that really was a great performance.
And I think if Holland, the Netherlands have to go through clean here for a medal. They know that. You can see how hyped they are. Their first performance on beam wasn't great, but they've clawed their way back.
Well, good on bars. Over 13 for all three gymnasts in qualification. Great construction of the routine to limit the number of free swings, Christine.
And that's the trick, really.
Score comes in, 11.8 for Choppy of France. That fall very costly. Really puts the pressure on the remaining two gymnasts. So, next up on floor for France, hoping to make amends from the fall on beam, Marine Boyer.
Floaty 2.5 twist into punch front. Interestingly, oh, but lack of control on that spin. Nicely performed double back, beautiful landing. Well, without major errors so far, she'll be wanting to make sure this landing is good. It is. A good routine. I don't think, for me, the French are so outstanding on floor as some of their other pieces.
Yeah, I must agree with you there, Christine. Look, the Dutch gymnast there. 13.733 for that bar routine.
Wow, that is a big score, but she was very positive. And now Vera van Poel, second gymnast for the Netherlands.
Must hold her nerve. 13.4 in qualification, so we know she's got a good routine. Nice high Jaeger somersault there. Stoop on and off. Second release, that's the Katchev into the back salto. Had to make a little adjustment and take an extra swing. There's the shot to the top bar. Half turn down, good concentration now. Coach just hovering under the bar. With a big dismount, hop full, nice. Winds up, double pike. Well, that little extra upstart will be very costly there, Christine, won't it?
Well, it will be costly, but she didn't get off the bar, she didn't fall. So I think that will affect her score, but it was like she didn't give in. She kept fighting. And it will just be more of an extra swing and use of strength.
See, she's got that anxious look on her face. Just waiting for the score for Boyer. 12.933, so it's up a little from qualification. So, as you say, Christine, to get into the 13s on floor, you have to come up with something special.
Final gymnast for France on the floor.
So on to floor, Melanie de Jesus for France.
Super opening tumble, double straight with full twist. Such a clean landing. A double tuck with full twist. She's got great awareness in the air. through the difficult spin. Lovely straight front somersault, walk out into double tuck, little tiny chest down there. One big final tumble, here it comes, double pike, beautifully negotiated, super leap as well. I think she is quite special on floor. Great gymnast all round, but bars and floor for me are really special from De Jesus.
Well, 13.733 in qualification. She was second on the floor, and you can see why. What I love about that routine, Christine, is not only has she got big, powerful tumbles, but she's very expressive. Her dance is fantastic. They do get marks for selling the performance to the judges, which is really important. I think that last routine has given the judges something to think about. 12.933 for Vera van Poel. So our final performer for Netherlands on the bars, Sanne Weavers.
One of the most experienced gymnasts in the team from the Netherlands, Olympic champion on the beam. This for her team. Lovely clear into Shaposhnikova, uprise into full pirouette. Cleanly done, down to the low bar, back up to the high. Very smooth so far. Full pirouette. A half turn. Here comes the Jaeger somersault, way high above the bar. Half turn, just needs the dismount now. Winds it up, here it comes, double straight. I think that will be a bid for a medal for the Netherlands. Fantastic performance from them.
That was, you can see the delight on the team. They obviously know that they're in with a shout. Not since 2002 have the Dutch team had a medal in the team event. I mean, we're waiting for the score for France on floor, but I think it's pretty certain Russia will have taken the title. But 13.966 for Melanie De Jesus of France. 161, 131 their score, puts them second, and Great Britain currently in third.
Waiting for this score for the Netherlands to have clawed back to being at third at the moment is amazing for the British girls, but I think that score from the Netherlands will probably be enough to pip them to the bronze medal. It needed to be as good as that, though.
I want to quickly do my maths. GB are 157.263 and Netherlands are 145.830. So if you're sat at home, do the maths. Oh, it looks like they've done it. 13.733. Move into third place, just ahead of Great Britain.
And they have performed fantastically, the Dutch team. Not a lot of all-round gymnasts in their team, but they've used them wisely on each piece. But today is Russia's triumph. They've been emphatic in their win. 4 marks ahead of France, and they really are flying the Russian flag with pride today. So here we confirm Russia first, France silver, Netherlands third, and Great Britain just missing out on a medal in 4th position. Absolutely fantastic fight back from the British girls after a pretty awful performance on beam.